comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my 3 favorite Funko Pops. But before that happens, make sure you press that subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my 3 favorite Funko Pops. Now you're probably thinking, wow, it must have been a really hard list to do about your 3 favorite Funko Pops. Not necessarily, because we're not gonna really go into that direction. So for today's video, I thought of a decent concept that I think you guys will probably like, and maybe if you guys do enjoy this video, maybe we'll do more videos like this in the near future. So what I had done today is essentially list off different licensors or essentially characters that I collect Funko Pops of. Example, Toy Story, Office, WWE. Even on our Instagram story, we actually asked you guys what your favorite lineup of Funko Pops you collect are, and we put those names into this hat that I have here, my Kermit the Frog hat, into which we folded up paper, we put the names there, and we basically just mix it all up in this hat. I choose whatever it says in that hat, and I basically discuss my 3 favorite Pops from that specific set. And while I discuss my 3 favorites, right down below, there will be a graphic of essentially the Funko Pop podium, and we will go one by one of what my 3 favorites are essentially for that category or character. And what I mean by certain characters is that there are those lineups out there where they have an abundance of Funko Pops for that character. So let's say good example actually is The Office. So let's shake up this hat right now, and I'm going to choose the first category that I will rank my 3 favorite Funko Pops for. And the category is, this is a good one, Back to the Future. So starting off at what would be number 3, I would probably have to go with the Fan Expo exclusive Marty McFly with the guitar. I think that pop is a really awesome pop. It's from the scene in the first movie where he's playing Johnny Be Good, and especially is really cool because it was an exclusive essentially here in Canada. Going into the number 2 spot, I would probably have to say would be the Doc Brown with the Clock Tower Pop Town. I think that was an excellent idea. It probably is my favorite Pop Town that Funko has made thus far, and I do own it in the collection since I am trying to get every single Back to the Future Funko Pop, and this was a great addition to that set. And my number 1 Funko Pop for the Back to the Future set has to be the Marty McFly with the Time Machine Pop Rise. That is such an awesome pop, and I remember buying it for like retail price essentially at a Comic-Con for Pop Rides at the time, which I would say is like $30 or $40, and now it is somewhere in the hundreds, maybe $200 range of how much it's worth on the secondary market. Alright, so I'm shaking the hat, and I will pick the second category that we will look at for my top 3 favorites. And it's, this is a good one, Toy Story. Alright, so it was very difficult to actually think of my favorite Toy Story Pops, but I think going in the number 3 spot is the OG Buzz Lightyear from the very first wave of Disney Pops, and that's mainly because that was actually my very first Funko Pop I ever obtained, and essentially is the reason that I now have a huge Funko Pop collection and how this channel has begun. Going into the number 2 spot has to be the Woody on RC Pop Rides. I think when they made this pop, it just looks so great, and especially it looked better than when we kind of seen that concept art leaked during a Funko Toy Fair one year, and then it just hadn't released for so many years after. But then when it finally released and what it actually looked like in person, it looked so much better. And my number 1 favorite Toy Story Pop has to be the Buzz Lightyear in the Pizza Planet van Pop Rides, and I love this scene in Toy Story 2, and not only that, it's in my number 1 spot because it's actually my favorite Funko Pop in my entire collection. Alright, let's do a round 3 right now. Let's see what category we pull from the hat and what my 3 favorite Pops are from that category. Some really good ones. Speaking of Office earlier, it is my 3 favorite Jim Halpert Funko Pops. Coming in at number 3, I would have to say is the Funko Shop exclusive 3-hole punch Jim. This was a cool scene during one of the Halloween episodes where essentially his costume is just a piece of paper. My second favorite Jim Halpert pop has to be the Target exclusive Golden Face Jim Halpert because the threat level Midnight is easily in my top 5 favorite episodes from The Office, and Jim portraying as one of the antagonists, or the antagonist I should say, in the threat level Midnight episode was so awesome, and I like the way that they ended up executing the pop. And my number 1 favorite Jim Halpert pop has to be the Box Lunch exclusive Jim Halpert as Dwight Schrute, because that is my absolute favorite moment in The Office, and I love when Jim pranks Dwight by acting just like him and he dresses just like him, and essentially because of that, it is my favorite Funko Pop in the entire lineup of The Office. Alright, let's shake this. It's round 4. Let's see what we get. Interesting. WWE except John Cena, The Rock, and Stone Cold. Let's do this. Okay, so coming in at number 3 is actually a pop I don't own, and that's because it literally was just announced last week at Funko Fair, and that has to be the Dude Love Funko Pop. When I started collecting Funko Pops, and specifically the WWE lineup, I always wanted a Funko Pop of Dude Love, since that is my favorite face of Foley out of the 3 faces of Foley, although Dude Love is a little bit of the underrated character as terms to the different Mick Foley gimmicks. My number 2 pick would have to be the Amazon exclusive The Fiend Bray Wyatt, because the amount of detail put into this pop was just absolutely awesome. Pretty much spot on of what the Fiend looks like, and there's just so much detail, like I mentioned, added with this pop, whether it's with the mask, the jacket, or even the gloves. The Fiend was such an awesome character in WWE when he was around. And my number 1 pick probably has to be the OG Undertaker Funko Pop, because that is essentially the wrestler that got me into wrestling. They have 4 Undertaker Funko Pops, actually 5 now if you count the Undertaker and Coffin that's going to be coming out. But I felt like out of all the ones, I feel like at the moment it has to be the original one just because of how it looks. But although the other ones are really, really awesome, especially the Boneyard one, because that's the closest thing we've gotten so far to an American Badass Undertaker, which I hope in the near future they make a Pop Brides of Undertaker on his Harley, because then that would be my favorite Undertaker pop and my favorite Funko Pop of all time in the WWE lineup. All right, we got the final round. Let's see what I pick. And it's interesting. My top 3 favorite Darth Vader Funko Pops. So coming in 3rd place essentially as the number 3 Darth Vader Pop will probably have to be the Target exclusive glow in the dark electrocuted Darth Vader, mainly because they really pulled off this scene of essentially Darth Vader getting electrocuted after saving Luke Skywalker from Emperor Palpatine very well, and especially how it turned out glow in the dark, especially when blue isn't the greatest color glow in the dark, and how you can see kind of a popified skeleton head when it glows in the dark is awesome, because obviously when he gets electrocuted, you do kind of see that scene of like a skeleton head as he's getting electrocuted. So I'm really glad that they pulled this off very well in Funko Pop form. My second favorite Darth Vader pop is a pop I actually don't have in my collection, and I do have a couple of Darth Vaders, is I think also a Target exclusive, and it is the Darth Vader in the TIE Fighter. This is one of those Funko Pops I've always wanted to have in my collection. I really enjoyed seeing Darth Vader in the TIE Fighter during Star Wars A New Hope, or simply as most people would say, the first ever Star Wars movie, which actually celebrates its 45th anniversary this year in 2022. And I think they did a decent job in Funko Pop form. You couldn't really do so much with it. And then coming in at number 1 is my favorite Darth Vader pop, and it's one that I do own, is the Lights and Sounds Darth Vader. And I think they pulled this one off very well. And one thing I really like about this, unlike the other Darth Vader pops, or the majority of the other Darth Vader pops, is for the longest time, I didn't like how they made Darth Vader's attire black like it should be, but then you have the eyes kind of more like reddish in my opinion. I felt like just having it all a black color like it should be, like they did with this pop, is excellent. And the fact that it does light up when you press the button and it essentially breathes, and then essentially you have the base light up also to go along with that Bespin scene. I think they did a great job, and the box is absolutely awesome on this too, because you have this nice black foil box, unlike the normal Funko Pop boxes where it's like white with a little bit of design on them. But anyways, guys, those are my 3 favorite Funko Pops from different sections. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know, do you want to see a part 2 of this? And if you do want to see a part 2, what characters or licensors do you want to see mentioned in this? Because of course, if you do want to see a part 2, I definitely will add that to the hat right here. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3. I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.